welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jill and this is At Home on Park. Today we are going to celebrate Christmas in July. I'm going to bring you 4 projects. All 4 projects include an item from the thrift store that we will repurpose into Christmas decor. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. Here we have an advent calendar that I purchased from Goodwill. Looks like it was previously sold for $14.99. I think this is a good buy. It's a nice durable tin advent calendar. I think the idea here is to paint the whole thing with an acrylic paint. And then for each pocket, I think I'm going to add one of these stickers on each pocket. I have 24 of them, so the 25th day, I will add one of these stamps. I picked up this set through Temu, which I think was a great buy. It was under $4, along with some stencils I purchased, which we'll use in later projects. I have these ribbon transfers I used in other projects. Not sure if I'm going to use them today. We'll see how I feel as I'm working on the project, which way I want to go. I have some numbers here that I'll cut out and I'll just add them onto the pockets as well. And then I have, these little wreaths and these little, pieces of greenery, little trees. I have a little deer. So I'll incorporate these things, in the pockets or next to the pockets. I think this is the color I'm going to paint the piece. And we'll just use some gold accenting on the pockets and the trim just to give some definition. And I think I'm going to use this green and just kind of water it down and just kind of run it over the numbers just to give a little pop of color. So let's get started. So here we have our Christmas balls. They're plastic Christmas balls I purchased at Hobby Lobby the end of last year, actually, the end of last season. And we have some napkins here. I actually purchased these napkins from the Goodwill. I think it was like a pack of like 15. I love birds, so I knew I could use this for a decoupage project, and this will be our first one. I have this ribbon that I also purchased from Hobby Lobby. So we'll use this to tie bows at the top of our Christmas balls. And here we have an Epsom salt. Now, this is what I had on hand, but I know you can purchase Epsom salt at the dollar store. If it's not something you have, we will use our Mod Podge to coat the Christmas balls along with our tissue and then dip it into the Epsom salt. So let's get started. So here we have a bag of mini French horns that I purchased at the Goodwill for $4.99. And I think I'm going to leave them brass. I don't think I want to paint them. I don't think I want to polish them up. I like the tarnished brass look, so I think we're just going to leave them. I have this rope ribbon that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I think I'm going to use this, but I did keep the other ribbon on the table that we used on the previous ornaments. We'll see. I have this garland that I purchased from the Goodwill a few years ago. I use it on my kitchen table, but I think we're going to take some clippings from this and incorporate it in our ornament, along with these mini pine cones from the dollar store. Let's get started. So here I have a cloche that I purchased at Goodwill. And I purchased this last year. It had some purple and white, dusty old flowers in there. I gutted that out and just put it aside until I had a project to work on. So I think the thought is to add the tree with a little deer. I have this bag of finials here. This one in particular was from a fan chain that, I took off when we first moved into this house. I didn't like that look, so I just put it aside for, again, a project in mind to use. So I think it'll look cute on the top of the cloche. And then we have this ribbon that, again, I used on the previous projects. So not sure what I'll go with, but these two are aside. And I have these little scraps from a previous project when I made a little banner on the tree. So I think I'm going to use one of these to make the tag that will wrap around our finial. And again, here's the blue acrylic paint that I used in the previous project. I really like that color along with the gold for accenting. So we'll incorporate those two. And here we have our bag of fake snow that I've had used on previous projects. So let's get started.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.